Right, and for further reaction on this, we're now joined by MK Party MP Mzwanele Manyi, and he joins us now via our video link. Mr. Manyi, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. And as we continue with reaction, as the official opposition in Parliament, what is your reaction to the implementation of the Bela bill?
Hi, Buddy, and good evening to your viewership. The first point, but just from a protocol point of view, for future purposes, we are the official opposition. So when we take reactions from political parties in Parliament, the first party to speak to is the official opposition, which is MK Party. Then the rest can follow. We cannot follow after the DA. So just from a protocol point of view, that's the first thing. The second thing, we note what Mr. Ramaphosa has said. In fact, as MK Party, we are annoyed that it has taken so long for him to sign this bill, because nothing has changed. We wasted 90 days for sweet nothing, as it were. So I'm actually annoyed because we think that even this the implementation next year might have some hurdles here and there, purely because of the delay in signing this law. There should have been no delay at all with this law, because this law had gone through all the parliamentary processes properly. There were no constitutional issues. There were no procedural issues. There was just racism from the DA and the AfriForum. So Mr. Ramaphosa has wasted a huge 3 months just nursing the racism of AfriForum and DA. So I'm annoyed by that. And I've just listened to Helen Zille here making some confused statements as if she's got a free canvas to do what they like on the regulations. They are not going to do what they like. Regulations are by nature supposed to not be inconsistent with the law. The law says the what, the regulation says the how. So the how cannot be a law on its own. The how cannot defy the what. So we're looking at and we just think that it's just a face-saving statement because they've lost their battle with the ANC. And we thank Panyaza, in fact, for holding firm on this position, because indeed what has happened here, Panyaza has won in this debacle. And we congratulate Panyaza for making sure that there's no racism in this country. So we're very happy for us as MK Party that the Bela bill will eventually be implemented, but as I say, we lament the delay.
Yeah, and of course, Mr. Manyi, the reason why we have the DA there, because you would know that they are a part of the GNU, as a partner of the GNU, and they were the ones also contesting the issues around the Bela Act. And when it comes to the issues that they had raised prior to the signing of this implementation of the Bela Act, Mr. Manyi, what do you think then brought the DA finally to agree to the issues that they had raised earlier, but now it seems as if they were able to find each other?
No, they have not found each other at all. All what has happened is that Mr. Ramaphosa would have seen that the tide is just too high. The price is just too much to pay. So he could not sell out more than he has already sold out. So he had no chance. He just had to agree. Otherwise, even the ANC would have had a serious problem with him. There's absolutely nothing. I mean, nothing has moved in this thing. It's the DA that has actually just tucked its tail in between its legs and just moved on. And now they're trying to say, no, we'll do the regulations. There's nothing that they will do in the regulations that is not anticipated in the law. It's exactly what's going to happen. The head of department will make the final decision. The racist AGBs, SGBs are not going to continue their racism of making sure that our children don't attend these schools with some stupid radius arrangement where they use apartheid spatial development to exclude our children. So that's not going to happen anymore. And this whole thing about exclusivity of African schools and all of that, it's ending in 2025. Even if the regulations are not there, the law will be implemented. As long as the implementation is in line with the Act, nothing is going to stop the implementation of the Bela Act as it stands. So this the whole notion of 18 months that she's talking about. She thinks it's going to delay the implementation. I can tell you this for nothing, that she's wasting time. That law will be implemented as is. Children will mix at school. The racism of the fossils in the DA will have to stay at museum or anywhere or somewhere else. Let the children mix, let the children enjoy each other, let the children have fun. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. And Mr. Manyi, when you look at the DA's statement, I mean, it says here that the president's announcement that the Bela Act be implemented in full was accepted by all parties involved. And of course, on the condition that the DA minister, Sivwe Gwahube, issues norms and standards and regulations to govern the implementation of the contested sections of the Act. Do you think that, when it comes to these norms and standards, that the minister will be given free rein here, or this has to coincide with the actual act?
Firstly, let's just demystify the thing. The issue of a minister doing regulations is no special arrangement. So there's no win there. It's just a normal procedure. They should know this, having been in government for this long. Ministers usually do this unless the law itself prescribes that the regulations must be done by Parliament. But generally, regulations are done by ministers in any event. So there's no win there. It's just the normal that has happened. And there is no free rein that's going to happen. As I say, one of the reasons, for instance, with the PPPFA, where the regulations that the late Pravin Gordhan tried to do all kinds of interesting things. And then the court came and said, these regulations are not consistent with the law, the 2017 regulations on PPPFA, and therefore they were declared null and void. It's exactly the same process is going to apply here. Gwarube is not going to come here with any creativity, with any norms that do not fit the law. They are just going to have to look at the law and apply the letter and spirit of the law. There is no room to maneuver. The regulations are not, it's like the law is like at the high school. The regulations is probably like primary. So there's no way that the primary school can overrule a high school. That's really the pecking order of how these things work. So the notion that around the norms and the standards, they're going to do something to claw back what they have lost, it's not going to happen. We will be there to make sure that it doesn't happen, and it won't happen. We'll take it to court. If that happens, we will argue in court that these norms and standards that are introducing racism by backdoor are not consistent with the law. So they must not even take a chance, must just allow this law to be implemented, and they just have peace with the fact that they've lost the debate in Parliament, they've lost the debate in their so-called clearinghouse, and that's it. They're losers, they'll continue to lose.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Manyi. That is Mzwanele Manyi, the MK Party MP, and of course speaking there for the official opposition, saying that according to them, it's not a win-win for the ANC and the DA.